have our trusty jar here. Hey guys, welcome back. If you are new here, thank you for joining us. As you can tell from the title, we will be doing our August TBR, and I am so excited to be back filming these TBR videos because it's been a couple months since I've really done a sit-down TBR jar video because I've been in the biggest slump and I just haven't even been in the mood to read. And so now that we are cured of our never-ending what felt like slump, I really am excited to do another TBR Jar TBR video because they are my favorite, and I love picking TBRs for each month because they get me so excited to read when I'm in the mood to read. So now that we are in the mood to read, I'm super excited to jump into this, and I usually pick 5 prompts, but today I want to do 6 because I feel very ambitious for the month of August since I'm out of my slump and I've had some really good reads lately, and I'm just so excited to get into some more good reads. So we will be doing that. Also, as you can tell, I do have an actual TBR cart now because before I would just kind of go through my shelves and pick a bunch of books that I know I haven't read yet, and I feel like we just really were not making a great dent in that. So I have my TBR cart made now. I was able to go through all my shelves and pull off all the books I haven't read, and she is full. She is full. There are books on the back. We need to work on this before we can ever go book shopping again because this is a little bit overwhelming, and this is going to help me narrow this down since I can physically see all I haven't read, and the jar can help us pick some of this off and make a dent. So with that being said, I am very excited to pick my 6 reads for August, so let's just get into it. Let's not even wait a moment. So we have our trusty jar here. She is full of all new fresh prompts. I dumped out the old ones. I was like, let's start fresh now that we are in our little reading mood. And let's pick our first one for August. Okay. A book picked by a friend is our first prompt. I have one bookish little friend that I always talk to you about, and I think she's been on my channel before. She is one of my best friends, and she got me into reading a long time ago with The Court of Thorns and Roses, so I always consult her about anything bookish. So I would gladly let her pick my first book for the August TBR. So let's go ahead and just send her. I'm just going to send her a picture of my whole cart. Okay, so I texted her my TBR cart and I told her to pick one book to add to my TBR. She can pick any book on here. And I'm really excited to see what she chooses. Hopefully she answers while we're filming so that we can add it. But if she doesn't answer in time by the end of this video, I will make sure to add at the end of this video a little clip of what she picks. My first book will be picked by her. I'm very excited to see what she chooses. I think I have an idea of what she's going to choose, and actually let's predict it right now because I know her. She's either going to pick Stalking Jack the Ripper because she's the one that actually recommended this book to me, or Apprentice to the Villain. She actually got me into the first book in the series, Assistant to the Villain, and I just have yet to read this one, and I think there's the 3rd one coming out in August. And I know she's already read both of these and she's really enjoyed them. So I feel like she's probably going to pick either this one or this one. But who knows? Maybe she'll surprise us all and pick something completely random. Let's get into our next book while we wait. All right. Pick the prettiest cover. Pick the prettiest cover. Okay, this one's kind of fun because I really get free range here. My definition of pretty is very interesting. I think that The Night and the Moth, I think this cover is really pretty, and I have the Target edition with like the pink, and that is really cute. I also could pick this book because I haven't read this one yet, and I've heard so many people love this book, and I mean this cover is gorgeous. I absolutely love this one. See, I really want to do this one because this is probably one of my most anticipated reads of the year. This is my most anticipated read of the year, let's be honest. And the hype is real, and I'm really scared to get disappointed, which is why I haven't picked it up yet. And it is a gorgeous cover, but if I'm like staying true to the prompt of like prettiest cover, I feel like I have to go with this one because this one is just so unique and artistic and colorful and beautiful, and so I feel like we kind of need to pick this one. I also am very intrigued by this book because it is a little bit different, I feel like, than her other books. I may be wrong about that. It may be just the same as all the other books. Like more about like family drama, I think. I really kind of want to go into it a little bit blind, but let me know if you've read this, what you think of it. I've seen really, really good things about it. I honestly don't think I've seen any bad reviews personally. Maybe it's just my For You page is just getting is more tailored to the good side of this book, but I haven't seen anything like bad about this book, so I'm really excited to get into it and go into it kind of blind. But let me know if you've read this and what you think. But I think this is going to be our second book added to the TBR, because we're going to wait for her to respond for the first one. But yeah, let's make this one our second book added to the TBR, because I'm very intrigued and interested. So we are going to be adding Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings to our TBR. Technically it's our first book added, technically it's our second one, but she will start us off for the month of August. I'm very excited to get into that and see what it's all about. Let's go into our next one. Okay, our next prompt. Ooh, something dark and twisted. Okay, I think we know what we can pick for this one. And I am so nervous. You know, when you just like hype something up in your brain for so long, like One Dark Window was just a 6-star read for me. And after Two Twisted Crowns, I think it took 2 years after Two Twisted Crowns for this to come out. And I sat there and I'm like, I need this book. I need this book. It's going to be so good. Like, I have nothing but high expectations. And I'm so scared when you go in with those expectations that it's just not going to live up to the hype that you have in your brain. But with that being said, everyone else seems to be loving this book. I've seen nothing but 4.5, 5-star ratings for this. So I honestly feel like it is going to live up to that hype, and I'm very excited. And I feel like the atmosphere and the vibes are just going to be so fun. And it has been raining a lot recently, and I feel like this just requires a rainy, dark, dreary setting. So I'm really, really excited to pick this up. I cannot believe I'm putting it on TBR because I was just so scared to read this. But let's freaking read it. I'm so excited, and I absolutely love this cover. I love the map inside. I'm so excited. So let's add The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig to our TBR. This one I've heard has a really fun side character gargoyle, and I'm really excited to read about that. That is so different. And if you know Rachel Gillig, her writing is just so lyrical and so beautiful, and her story is just so, like, her stories, they're not necessarily fast-paced, but they're so captivating, and that's what I really, really like about her writing and her stories, is that I just, like, even if nothing is really happening or there's not a lot of things that are high stakes, you're just like glued to the page because you just love the atmosphere. At least that's how One Dark Window felt for me, and that's how I'm kind of expecting this to feel for me. And I'm really excited. And this is the first in her new little, I don't remember what it's called, the like Stonewater Kingdom series or something like that. And I think it's going to be a duology. I'm not quite sure. Duology, trilogy. Her last one was duology. I'm really excited. Let's freaking add it. It's about dang time, if you ask me, to pick up this book. So I'm very excited for that one. Let's pick our fourth prompt. A book with an animal on the cover. I love this prompt. I love a cute little animal, but I'm like, what is going to have an animal on the cover? Like, I have no idea. Where do I even begin? I feel like usually the cute little romances have animals on the covers. I don't know if I have any animal covers. Oh, what about this one? Okay, we got, this one has the little cat tail hanging out. I mean, it's not the full animal. We got a little half animal right there. Ooh. I mean, this one has the frog and the little horse. That could be a contender. Okay, so we could do Apprentice to the Villain because we have like this little horse, unicorn actually. We have a unicorn with the little frog. And then on this one we have the little cat booty in the back. I kind of want to wait and see if she picks this one. Because I feel like she might. And then if she does, I don't know. So maybe we'll do this one, give her a chance to see if she's going to pick this one for me. And let's go ahead and pick this one. Plus, I said I really want to read this while it's still summery and warm because this one supposedly takes place in the summer. It seems like a fun little transitional read for summer to fall, and it's just so cute. It takes place in a bookstore, and I think there's a little bit of mystery to it. And I did just read this Strawberry Patch. I'm not reading them in any order, and I think you're technically supposed to because they're interconnected and there's couples. Whatever, it's fine. I really like this little town setting, Star Hollow vibe setting. It's so cute. I'm really excited to read about the bookstore and see what takes place. And like I said, I think there's a little bit of a mystery in this one, which is kind of fun. And I just think these are the sweetest little books. I have a great time every time I read them. So let's add this one, The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore by Lori Gilmore. It seems like a fun little atmospheric read, and that gives us a little bit of variety as well to have a cute little romance, some family drama, some fantasy. I think that is great. Okay, we have 2 more prompts to pick, and she still hasn't responded. I don't know if she will. Let's hope she does. Okay, let's go ahead and pick the next one. This one says a scary book. Okay, a spooky read. A spooky little read. Let's see, I have a couple. I just recently picked up this one and I actually did start it. I only read like 20 pages of this, but I was just really curious to see how it started. So as soon as I got it, I read a little bit of it. And this one is Clown in a Cornfield. I got this recommendation from Destiny Sidwell on YouTube. She had it in one of her recent book hauls. And when she described it, I was like, that kind of sounds like a fun Halloween-y kind of book. I want to pick it up. And it is a young adult book, so I was feeling a little bit more safe getting it because I am such a baby when it comes to scary books. I am such a baby, and so even though I do crave to read something scary or like have that kind of vibe because I think it's just fun, I want to be cautious because I don't want to have nightmares. And this one does seem actually really, really scary, but I think the fact that it is young adult, I think it'll be okay, and I'm really curious. It has a really interesting premise. Like I said, I read 20 pages and I didn't really get too much. I got a little bit of the backstory, but that's about it. But basically, this is about this really small town in, I don't even know where it takes place. It's called this place called Kettle Springs. I don't know what state that's supposed to be in or anything, but it's basically just this town that is covered in cornfields, and they have a big corn syrup factory, and that's what the town kind of runs on and thrives on. This girl and her father moved to this town after her mother dies, I believe, because they just want a fresh start. And so they moved to this town, and the town is kind of falling apart. The owner of the corn syrup factory recently just lost his daughter, which you learn about in the prologue. And so ever since then, the factory hasn't been doing well. The town's kind of falling apart and it's kind of running down. So very interesting premise, but essentially there's a clown that is the mascot for this town, for this cornfield, for this factory. And I don't know how or what happens necessarily, but obviously something with the clown in the cornfield. I don't know. It sounds spooky. I'm curious to see how it kind of all comes together. And I was reading some reviews online and I heard the plot twist is really crazy. So I'm really excited to pick this one up. So that's, with that being said, that is an option. And I have another one on here that, actually I have a couple on here that could probably work if I can get it out. This is another one that my friend actually recommended to me. This one is so weird. It literally looks like an IKEA catalog, and that's why I kind of was drawn to it. It's so fun. And it's called Horror Store. And my friend recommended this to me. She listened to it on audiobook, I think, which is crazy because I feel like the book itself is so cool and so fun to look at. And this is essentially if IKEA had like scary, essentially if IKEA was like haunted and you were there after dark. I think it's about like a security guard or something there after dark. And I don't know, it seems really fun, really creepy. And I've had this on my TBR for a really long time. And I think I don't know, something about this book just seems so weird to like pick up and read because it literally looks like a catalog. But I feel like it could be really, really fun. Ooh, I don't know. See, part of me wants to go with this one because I have already started it a little bit, but I've had this one on my TBR the longest, and it just sounds so funky. I don't know. I think I might go with this one just because I have had it on my TBR for so long. Like, I recently just picked this up, and I still have time, you know, spooky season coming along, to read it. So I think we'll put this one back. Let's do this one. Let's be crazy. Let's put an IKEA catalog on our TBR. It seems really fun. I could probably read this pretty fast because it's really only like 230 pages. Let's add it. I'm just gonna ramble, but let's add it. Let's add this one to the TBR. It's so funky looking. But yeah, we'll add Horror Story to the TBR. Let me know if you've read that. I haven't heard much about it, so I don't know if many people have heard of it or read it or picked it up. Okay, so we have one more prompt, and she still hasn't texted me, so I might have to update you guys after the video on what she picks. But let's go ahead and pick our next one. A book in a series. So essentially this could be the start of a series, a continuation of a series. And I think I want to kind of use this to continue series because I have a few that I really should probably finish before I start any new series. So again, we could do Apprentice to the Villain. I still want to see if she picks up for me though. Like, I'm so curious. And then A Promise of Peridot. This is the second book to A Dawn of Onyx. And I read Dawn of Onyx the beginning of this year, and I actually really enjoyed it. It really surprised me how much I liked this book. So I think I want to continue this one, probably sooner rather than later, just so that the story stays in my brain. I mean, I kind of already forgot a little bit of what it was about, but I remember the slow burn in it was really, really good. And I want to read more about that one for sure. What else do I have on here? I could do Wild Side by Elsie Silver, but I don't know if I really want a cowboy romance right now. I could do Enchantra. I loved Phantasma. I read it last fall and it was so much fun. I also loved the atmosphere I read it in fall. So I might wait on this one. I really do want to read this. I love Phantasma, but I think I want to wait till it's a little bit more into fall and a little bit more cold and cozy, because that atmosphere and setting when I read the first one was just so perfect and it made me enjoy the book that much more. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to pick this one. Let's go ahead and do this one. It is a trilogy too, so if I could get this one out of the way, I would only have one more book and then we complete the series, which would be fantastic. And I'm really excited to see where it goes. It was a lot of fun reading that for the first time. All right, so those are our books so far. She hasn't texted me back. I'll give you guys an update at the end of this when she does, and we'll see what she picks. But we'll go over the TBR we have so far. I'm actually really excited. This seems like a lot of fun reads, very different, good variety. So we have A Promise of Peridot by Kate Golden, Horror Store by Grady Hendrix, The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore by Lori Gilmore, The Night in the Moth by Rachel Gillick. I'm so excited. The Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings, and whatever my friend picks for me, which I'll let you guys know soon. But I am so excited to read in August. I'm so excited to read just more in general. My slump has been absolutely horrible, and I'm so glad to be out of it. Let me know if you've read any of these books, what you think. Thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe. Follow me on any socials I link down below, and I will see you guys next time. Happy August! I just heard back from my friend that I texted about the TBR, and you'll never guess what she chose. The book she chose from our TBR is Stalking Jack the Ripper, just like we predicted. See, I know her very well. Did she recommend me this book before? Yes, so that was kind of a dead giveaway, but I mean, I'm excited to finally get to this because she had been wanting me to read it for a very long time. So we will add her to the TBR. And we have our stack. Thank you so much. Bye.